All right, are we live? Are we live and can you hear me? Let's take a look. I plugged in my headset, but I don't know if it's you. The camera's microphone or my own microphone. So let me see. How does it sound? All right, so this thing isn't working. So we'll just do it from here. But yeah, welcome everybody. Welcome to the stream. I was feeling like, I want to make some pancakes. So this is going to be a very scuffed stream. As you can see, a lot of light coming onto my face. I'm pale as a ghost, but it's good weather. I'm hungry for pancakes, so I'm going to make some pancakes. But before we do that, let's put music, which is Japanese city pop. So this might sound horrible through the webcam, but yeah, sorry, nothing I can do about that. I just want some music. Let's see. I'm just gonna check. It says my connection is too unstable. I'm gonna have to switch internet, so. Mhm. All right. I think we're okay. I'm gonna go to the other room and check the sound for a bit. So I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. About uh, playing it. I need to. I need and to check the sound and stuff. So let's see. So yeah, I hope you're all doing well. Anyone out there? If anyone watches this, I don't really care if you watch this. I'm just gonna make pancakes. So while listening to some music. But yeah, as I said, I'm just streaming from my shitty laptop, so that's why don't expect too much quality on this stream. Oh, almost dropped my phone there. But yeah, this is gonna be a scuffed stream, just so you know, being very upfront here. La, 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 la. Let's try this. Because you can hear me from over here, so I don't understand why you can't hear the music, but let me just try to talk a little bit, and I will go and see if you can hear me. You know what? While I do this test, Have a drink. What I'll be drinking is Augustin. Belgian beer. It is. No, I was about to say it's 8%, but it's not. It is 7%. So. Over here we have a Duvel glass, and it's one of my favorite glasses actually. I got this. I don't know when I got this, but these are pretty rare. They never. Oh! Did I get anyone with that? It's plastic. Cheers! Be right back. Gonna check the audio. Cheers! Be right back. Gonna check the audio. Alright, I checked the audio. It's a little bit loud. I'm gonna try keeping it by my side. We'll see how that goes. So yeah, I'll be cooking over here. There is the cooking fire. Don't mind that there's some fryers there. I'm gonna move them. La, ta, 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 ta. God damn, I love city pop music. We should always start with a clean working station, don't you think? Let me get this headset out of here because we're not gonna be using this. Yeah, the reason why this stream is so scuffed is because I think I had OBS on this laptop, but it just didn't work, man. My laptop couldn't handle it. So, for those wondering, I already got all of the flour. So this is 200 grams of flour, self-rising flour, and then 30 grams of crystal sugar, and a packet of vanilla flour. Well, not vanilla flour, vanilla sugar. Yeah, I'm also suddenly realizing that this is gonna be different pancakes than Americans are used to. I think because Americans they always got like these pancakes. We try to make them as thin as possible. You wanna go do another audio check? Self-rising flour, 30 grams of sugar, and a packet of vanilla flour. Well, not vanilla flour, vanilla sugar. All right, I think we're ready to start. First, we have a drink. And the recipe that I'll be following is from Om's cookbook, which translates to our cookbook. Very communist. All right, now to start off with, we're gonna make a little hole. I already tried doing it in this, but basically you want to make a little hole in the middle of this. You dig it out with your fingers or with a fork or spoon, whatever you want to do. And then we're going to insert the 4 eggs, because we're using 4 eggs. Four. We're going to insert them in the middle. We're going to use our mixing stuff and then slowly and surely add the milk to it, which is a half a liter of milk. And I'm just gonna do this real quick because there's gonna be a lot of noise. So I'm gonna focus on this, and then we'll be right back. So yeah, I don't know if I can show you this without spilling it all over my laptop, but there is 4 eggs in here. Don't know if you can see them, but they're here. All right, mixing time. Oh boy. Woo. Oh shit. Alright, that is the noisy part done. It was starting to splash a little bit at the end. Also, the mixer was starting to go faster and faster, even while I had it on one setting. So, but anyway, this is our finished batter, which you probably can't see for shit, but I'm basically almost pouring it over the laptop here, so I'm not gonna tempt fate. But I can still see some little bits in there that haven't really been absorbed. So I'm gonna go through it a little bit more, and then we'll finish this up. Also, for anyone wondering which song or playlist that I'm listening to, it's called Frozen in Time 1970s Japanese City Pop Mix from Nami, the channel. Let me take a little seat here and relax a bit. Because once I start baking, I'm gonna have to continue. So yeah, hope you're all doing well. Over here it's good weather, it's warm. Before I started to stream, I had to evacuate a wasp out of the building. Don't mind me, I'm just looking at a pigeon. Yeah, I wish I could show you the yard, because I think my parents have a pretty impressive yard, but I'm not going to do it. Maybe if you're good, maybe in the future. But yeah, yesterday I did a barn finder stream, and I don't know what happened, man, but people showed up. At some point I had almost 20 viewers, or more than 20 viewers, which for me is a lot. So yeah, cheers to everyone who came to the stream. I also think it was a pretty funny stream. Personally, I like the bits where I start selling the stuff. I don't easily laugh, and I don't easily laugh with myself, but I thought it was pretty funny, that stream. I don't care if you agree or not. Oh. But yeah, this is also my first time trying to stream directly from a webcam, so I'm not using OBS right now. I'm just streaming from the webcam from my laptop here, so it is going to be very scuffed, but I don't care. A thing I am going to do tomorrow is I'm going to be playing Clair Obscure. I've thought about it. I'm going to try and clip some stuff today, but if I don't get to it, I'm just going to delete some old streams, or streams that I won't probably clip a lot out of. So yeah, I'm going to be just installing it today, and then tomorrow I'm going to plan the stream. But I'm looking forward to it. I like turn-based RPGs. Now the thing is, once I'm going to start baking these pancakes, I'm going to be baking for at least an hour, I think. That's usually how long it takes for me. But I do like baking pancakes, you know? I feel like it can really give you at least for me, it can really give me an ego boost, you know, making my own food. And you know, it is tricky food to make. Don't make a mistake there. Especially the first few times that you try it, like at least for me, I made pancakes that are too thick. I have trouble flipping them. So I like to use a spatula or something to flip them, or help me flip them, you know, something like this. It's also just way less of a mess if you use something like that. Also, I'm looking very pale in this webcam, but I assure you it's just the lighting. Well, I am a pale guy as well, but usually not this pale. But my parents have a veranda that's totally made out of tall windows, so a lot of light comes in through here. Let me also try to adjust here. Here we go. I have to adjust myself as well. But yeah, this is going to be the place I'm going to use to cook. But yeah, I was thinking like, am I gonna stream this on Twitch? And I thought, nah, because when I cook, I want to listen to some music. So it's a bit pointless to do a talking and cooking stream when you can't talk because you're listening to copyrighted music. So I'm just gonna do it on YouTube. It's gonna be a little extra video that people can stumble upon in the future. You know, it's funny. YouTube doesn't have a cooking category. Because I thought, you know, cooking, some people are interested in cooking, and I think Twitch has a cooking category. And I took a look on Twitch. 2 people were streaming cooking stuff. So, hey, hidden market there. There's a hidden market. But yeah, one channel was this Polish channel, and they didn't allow people to chat that weren't followers. So, no interaction for them. But I don't speak Polish anyway. Like, that's also something I've been thinking about, you know, like, you can make it so people can only chat if they subscribe. But I don't want to do that. It would probably help in getting subscribers, maybe. Because sometimes, you know, it will be like, hey, if you subscribe now, in 5 minutes you can chat. And I think there's a lot of people that do that. But I met this guy who had this. He had the subscriber mode only on, so only subscribers could talk, and I unsubscribed from him, man, because I don't want to be forced to subscribe to you, you know? So I did subscribe to him. I followed him. I followed a couple of his videos for maybe a week or 2. It was around the time when I was playing Kingdom Come Deliverance, the first one. So I joined one of his streams, chatted a little bit, or said a little bit, I think. But I was like, no, man, you haven't earned my subscription, so I'm going to be taking a goodbye. I didn't say that to him, of course, but that's how I felt, you know? So I was like, all right, man, have a good one. Then I unsubscribed. Never watched a video of him ever again. I'll be opening up another one of these. It's my last one, but after that, I got more beer. Oh, wow. Yeah, I don't know what was wrong with the other ones, but the other ones were very foamy. Once I opened them, they foamed really hard, and they've been in the fridge for like 3 or 4 days now, so I don't know what happened to them, but this one was normal. Cheers. All right. You know, I'm gonna have a quick smoke, but I'll let you enjoy the music while I go and have a little smoke, and then we'll be baking the pancakes. Yeah. Sorry it sounds like shit, but I can't do anything about it, so be right back. Hey there, JBO. Yeah, I just went out. I'm gonna make some pancakes. Uh, as you can probably hear, the sound is a little bit scuffed. But how you doing, mates? Here's to you. Also, let me know when you have time for to watch my streams, basically, because I want to play some Elden Ring, but I don't want to do it like just when I feel like it. You know, I want to do it when you have time to watch, or when you know you have time to watch. But if you don't have time, just let me know. Or if you don't mind that I stream it whenever I like, let me know. But yeah, I'm gonna play Clair Obscure tomorrow because that's a game that I want to try right now. But yeah, I already made the batter. It is behind me. And I'm gonna start baking in a moment because once I start baking, I'm gonna have to keep baking. It's probably gonna take a while. But yeah, I'm using a very guerrilla streaming setup here. I'm streaming straight from my old laptop. So my voice is coming through and the music in the background is coming through the camera here. But yeah, let's try streaming it, Because this is probably one of the only times that I'm gonna be able to do it because my parents are on vacation right now, so I can do this stuff. Anyway, I think it's time to get started. Ah, la, la. So yeah, I'm listening to some Japanese city pop in the background. Sorry if you can't hear it very well, but it is what it is. I just want some nice summer vibe music because it's very lovely weather out here at the moment. All right, let's get started. Let's see. Should I use the big one? Use the big one. Alright, so I'm gonna use this spatula to flip them because I'm not very good at flipping them by hand. But there we go. I'm gonna be using this. Send one stream to the primary ingestion URL. What? YouTube is acting a bit funny here, so I hope you can still hear me. I hope you can still see me. I'm such a tall guy. So yeah, JBO, how you doing? Also, I'm gonna do one more check to see if you hear me. I think you can hear me. Uh, oh. All right, maybe I'll do it without music. I like listening to music, but you can't hear me for shit. So. Yeah, don't mind me. Technical problems, audio problems. But yeah, anyway, JBO, you're going to the microwave to get some French toast sticks. All right, I'll just leave in chat. Let me know when you're back. Then I will talk to you. Oh, hey there, Ricky. Yeah, I was trying to play some music, but this is very guerrilla style streaming that I'm doing here right now. It's all coming from a laptop with a webcam. Very cheap webcam, very cheap laptop. No, not a very cheap laptop, but a very bad laptop actually. So yeah, I'm just gonna start baking here, and I'm not gonna use the music, I guess, because you can't hear it for shit anyway. So, well, yeah, Ricky, I know that you're probably looking at everything that's around here, and that is your prerogative. So just go for it. I'm gonna start baking. Because I'm probably going to have to bake for like a couple of hours. No, not a couple of hours, but at least an hour. Because, let's see, let me put it like this. Let me do this. Like this. All right, me. Oh, the music works, you say? Oh, okay, because yeah, I'm starting to get a feedback loop then, probably. But yeah, hey JBO, in case you missed my message to you, I was just saying, like, let me know when you got time to watch streams, because I want to put Elden Ring back into the rotation. But yeah, basically I want to do it when you got time. So that is, I'm not saying here that you have to be in my stream, but I would like to stream when you have time. You know, I don't want to streaming Elden Ring back out of the blue, because I'm probably gonna have to get back into the groove of things. I already forgot every place that I visited, so. But yeah, anyway, all right, I'm gonna put on the music again then, because I can just look at chat over here. I'm gonna start baking. I already made the noob mistake of leaving my butter on the fire here, so let's get baking real quick. Let me turn down the heat like this. Pancakes too thick. And you guys in America are probably going to be like, what the hell is he making? Because our pancakes usually look a lot different than yours. We make them thin over here. But yeah, the first one looks like it's going to be a big boy. And then I guess I will be eating pancakes for dinner. Alright, I'm going to try and flip it with my spatula. Whoop. Stream whenever. Sure thing, man. Then I will do that. Because it's, the problem I'm having right now is that my PC is full of recordings of my old streams. And basically I only have 300 gigabytes left. which isn't a lot because Claire Obscure, I'm guessing it's going to be like a 100 gig game. So I want to install that, then I want to stream that, so like maybe 1, 2 streams I can do of that game and then it's over. So it's nice to have a YouTube stream here and there. Here is our very first specimen. This is how we make our pancakes over here. They're very thin. Not like American pancakes. Like I hear American pancakes are like this thick. I don't think I've ever actually tried traditional American pancakes. I'm gonna try one with olive oil this time, Feeling experimental. I'm of the school of use a bit of butter and use a bit of olive oil together, I don't know why, I think I heard some chef say that, like, I always use olive oil and butter. So I was like, alright man, that is a professional way to do it, fine by me. Yeah, let's try making it a little bit thinner. A little bit more, a little bit more. Cabinets are either out of maple wood or oak wood. I don't know, man. I don't know which wood it is. Okay, this one is also a little bit thick still, but that's always what you need to do. You need to get into the groove first. But I'll try to keep count. I'll try to keep count of how many pancakes I make, or maybe you can do that. Maybe chat can do that. But yeah, this is number 2. Do you guys make pancakes? Did you ever make pancakes? Do you like pancakes even? Because I feel everyone likes pancakes, but maybe there's some people who don't. My brother, he loves pancakes. Cheers! Japanese people, man. Some of them know how to sing. I feel like you can probably not hear it very well, but I'm telling you, man, just go on a Japanese city pop exploration tour. Just type in Japanese city pop on YouTube, and I hope you like it, because I like it. There we go. I'm going to try not using too much oil, so let's try another one. So yeah, I'm streaming this on YouTube because I wanted to listen to music, man, so I don't want Twitch to delete my voice every time the music is playing. And also actually pretty interested to know if YouTube is going to recognize it from this low quality. Because the Barn Finder stream yesterday, I thought that music wasn't copyrighted. I was wrong. Yesterday, I thought that music wasn't copyrighted. I was wrong. Yeah, all of that music was copyrighted apparently. So good thing I streamed on YouTube, right? Flip. Oh, perfect flip. Whenever I make pancakes, I make one waffle to shove in the middle of the pancakes just to trigger friends. Ah, yeah, we also have a waffle machine. I never make waffles, but I do like them. One of my aunts was very good at making waffles. If she made waffles, man, those were good. But yeah, like eating waffles doesn't happen a lot around here as a actual dish, you know? Like it's usually just you make it and then sometimes you take a waffle, but you're not gonna, at least over here, you're not gonna have waffles for lunch or breakfast or something. Not usually. That's three. Okay, now I'm gonna use some more butter. But yeah, I always feel good about making pancakes, man. It's like a perfect food to feel like you're making progress in something, you know? You don't have to spend like an hour in the kitchen before you can actually cook the thing. It's like very quick to make, and then every pancake is done in a reasonable amount of time, and at the end you have like this high a pile, so it feels like you've done something with your life. Filling the gaps a little bit. We're not trying to make perfect pancakes here. We're trying to make edible pancakes, you know? But yeah, I thought about let's stream this, you know? Ah, the light. It's very bright over here as well, because to people at home, the light. It's very bright over here as well, because to people at home, I'm usually not this pale, but my parents have a very open veranda, lots of glass, lots of high windows, so it leaves in a lot of light. La 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 la. And flip. There we are. Yeah, I don't have the confidence to just use the pan and flip them. So, maybe as a streamer I should do it, but I don't want to clean up afterwards because I'm bound to either spill it all over the fire or spill it on the floor. So, and there's cat hair over here, so let's not try to do that. Also, yeah, I'm looking at my phone here and I see the YouTube thumbnail. YouTube has a system where I'm streaming from the webcam, and if you stream from the webcam, you can actually take a picture to use as a thumbnail. So I was just doing my best. Alright, I think this is number 4. As people who come to this channel know, I'm bad at math, so I'm already struggling to keep count here. There we go. There we go. Yeah, getting the right amount is a bit tricky actually. Like, I can't do a full scoop because those are too thick. But then half a scoop is not enough, so I'm still searching for the right amount. I just said 3 pancakes, yeah, so I guess that was 4. Let me see, I can actually count them. So 1, 2, number 2 is a thick one, 3 and 4. Also, what do you guys prefer on your pancakes? Because I'm a pretty simple guy, you know, like, I usually, crystal sugar is fine for me, but actually pretty recently, like a few years ago, we tried out maple syrup for the first time. And now I'm loving maple syrup. Over here it's called ahorn syrup. So this is Trader Joe's ahorn syrup. I don't know if Trader Joe's is something you have in America, but that's what I'm probably going to use. Oh, I love this music, man. It's such feel-good music. I instantly get more happy when I hear it. And like, this isn't even my preferred city pop music, because this is actually a playlist that I saved years ago, because I used to have a big city pop YouTube playlist, but a lot of the mixes that I used to like, they've been deleted by copyright. So, oh man, that hurts, you know, that it really hurts if you find a very good playlist and it suddenly gets deleted. But I still have a document somewhere because I knew that it might happen eventually. So what I did was I noted down every name of every song because you can you can say what you want about the copyright issues, but those channels, they always, ones I watched at least, they always put every song they used into the description. So in a little notebook somewhere, I have a ton of Japanese names of shitty pop music that I love. And one of the artists that I appreciate the most is Tatsuro Yamashita. What a guy, man! Actually, I'm gonna put on some of his music in a moment. Seaside Hotel. Yeah, let's go to Tatsunoya Mashita. He deserves a shot. Uh-oh. This is not my playlist. Shut up. There we go. There we go. Yeah, also tried putting the phone a bit closer to the laptop, but that was not the way to go apparently. My thumbnail, yeah. I saw it also like underneath. You put blueberries, chocolate chips, strawberries, and syrup. Oh my god. On my pancakes and that one waffle. Yeah, that is a winning combination right there, I think. You know, you also have hearty pancakes, and I was very skeptical about them in the very beginning, but I tried one, and they're good, man. Like with ham and cheese and all that stuff. But yeah, I never make those because you know, like in Belgium, it's not really a thing, but in Holland, they actually have pancake houses, like restaurants specifically for pancakes, and that's where I tried it. God damn, I left that really much, man. No homo, but maybe. All right. I think we're over halfway already. So, uh, man, if you don't like cooking, put on some music, man. My parents, they never cook with music. I don't understand. Rat-tat-tee. Yep. What would happen if you put a camera on your cat and live stream from the cat's POV? Well, I'll tell you what would happen. He would go out of the range of the Wi-Fi and wouldn't be able to see shit. Because that's the thing. Like, I thought about, oh, maybe I can show you some stuff like my bike and stuff, but I can't bring my laptop to there, and like the communication would just break. Because yeah, like before I started cooking, he was here, but I let him. I let him go outside, so now he's gone. Oh, wait a second. I need to switch to an ad blocker. That's gonna be a lot better. I'm just counting the pancakes. 4, 5, I think 6, and this is number 7. Right on time. Yeah, now every time. Yeah, now every time that I hear this song, I think of Dura. Who's and the VTubing, especially the hololive scene, they took a hit recently. I mean, Move stopped, Dura stopped. So it's not a good time to be a hololive fan. But hey, I already went through that whole thing, man. I went through it with Kiryu Coco, and that was like the most visceral reaction I've ever had to a YouTuber quitting. And after that one time, I always told myself never again. Like it's like a very parasocial thing as well, Like I've never had this celebrity grief, like in back in the day when Michael Jackson died. I was like, oh yeah, well, cry or anything like that. But when Kim suddenly was leaving the company, like she didn't even die. She didn't even die. She just left the company. And I don't know why, but I think it's when you're in the community, like if you go into the Discord, you talk about VTubers and all that stuff, like it got to you. And I was surprised by myself, I was surprised at myself for reacting that way. Because as I said, I've never done that before. But yeah, I think like when you fall into the VTuber hole, in the beginning it's like the honeymoon period, like everything is all, these girls are so funny, they're so wholesome and all that stuff. And then once someone graduates, that is a tough pill to swallow. Right, there's another one for the books. So yeah, man, Fauna, Mume, Gura, the English VTubing scene has had it very hard lately. Whole life, I have to specify whole life, because in the beginning there only was whole life. But the thing is, all of those VTubers have a successful indie career now, like some, if I have to guess why some people are leaving, it's because they just think like, hey, I have a fan base, I'm just gonna go indie now, and then all the proceeds go to me. I think it's just that simple, sometimes, because the thing with Hololive is, they start with 500,000 subscribers and stuff like that, like they don't have to work for it actually, because, they get dropped into a community who collaborates with each other the whole time, and like if a new girl or a new generation appears, and they just bam have like 500,000 subscribers right off the bat because everyone who watches the other girls has already subscribed. And I'm not downplaying what the girls do, like those girls, they have skills as content creators and stuff, and they are interesting, most of them, because I did watch a lot of them. So it's like they are talented and they do work for it in that way. But it's not like someone who goes indie and just starts from 0 subscribers, like they kind of already have a fan base. So if they quit their job, it's like, hey, I'm leaving the company. We all have one big graduation party. And then afterwards, they just get a new VTuber model. And it's like, hey, here I am. I'm streaming on my own. And good for them, good for them. But it didn't used to be that way. Like, I don't know what point I'm trying to make here. I just want to ramble about VTubers because I love them. Honey, I love you. All night, Kokoro. I love you. I think we have like 2 pancakes left after this one. I made a couple of thick boys. It's unavoidable, really. You know what I do need? Another drink. But I'll be responsible and I'll take it once this pancake is done. I've got something to tell you. This guy who's singing in the background, Katsuro Yamashita, he's like an icon of city pop. And there is this girl, and she's like the female icon of city pop. And those two got married. It's like, can't get any more perfect relationship than that, man. Like, they're both in the same music, they're both excellent people at what they do. It's a match made in heaven, I say. Here comes the flip. Oh, yeah, bitch. Up next, I will be drinking a babar or barbar, which maybe you can guess what it means. Man, it's been a long time since I've been outside. Can you see? Like, does it show? Does it show? Oh, that's a great beer, by the way. It tastes really good. Yep. All right, we're gonna try and make two out of these, but it's maybe only one. So, oh my god, I got a triangle pancake. Oh, it's looking like a pizza slice. I'm gonna make it work. Honey, I love you. Hmm. Let's see, because I haven't looked at the chat in a while. Hmm. For some reason. That's a hump now. Oh, yeah. So you got the DLC. Best get. I have the best guess ever. It means something. Yeah, it means barbarian. Well, if you would do it in Dutch, it would be barbaar with two A's at the end. But oh, they got all the DLCs. I think they're a bit, I don't know how much I paid for them, but they're a bit short. But the one that is very good is the Mr. Freeze one. Like, I feel like that is a must play. I also like the Mad Hatter one. Yeah, this is the pizza slice one. Wait, how do I show this? This one looks a bit like a pizza slice. So yeah. Oh. But yeah, some of the Scarecrow races also good, and some of the racetracks, like DLC racetracks, they are pretty cool because they're like themed to a certain movie, but not very replayable. I would say, like you go for the 3 stars and then you're done with it. And it is hard to get some of those 3 stars. You have to really be on top of your racing game there. Genie. Oh yeah, this is a very. I just told you about Marie Takeuchi. This is her song, Maniac Takeuchi. This is her most famous song called Plastic Love. Alright, here we go. Last pancake. Can I get some pancake hype in the chat? Get pancake hype in the chat. Come on, this is the last pancake, guys. Come on. Woo, pancake hype. Pancake hype. Woo! It's hideous. It's a hideous pancake. It doesn't even have a shape. It looks like the United States of America. The upper part. This is its shape, you know, it looks a bit like America, don't you think? Like the North America? Hmm? Ta-ti-ta-ta-ti-ta. Alright, final pancake, boys. I'm gonna turn off the fire. I always like to use my middle finger to turn off the fire. I don't know why. I love the Batman Beyond suit. Yeah, man. Great taste. I only wish it had a cape, you know, but it is certainly cool. I remember Plastic Love. Maria's the most famous. Yeah, indeed she is. And she married to Tatsuro Yamashita. So I think they both are like the best in the field, basically, or at least the best, the ones I like the most. Especially Tatsuro Yamashita, man. He's number one for me. But there's also a couple of other ones like Anri. Anri is also, I think she has a single called Summer Love or something, and very good. All right, that is all. I've lost count. So here we have all of the pancakes. Let me actually count them because I lost count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So 11 pancake is what I got out of that. Let me take a seat. Hello, gentlemen. Cheers. That was some hard work. Let me hold up the pancake, which I think looks a bit like America. Like I don't know how America looks. You know, I don't know state-wise, but maybe I have to flip it. But yeah, does this look like America to you? There's love. Ah. So yeah, basically I could eat them on stream as well, but I don't really feel like doing that. So I'm just gonna talk to you guys. It's exact like America. That's what I thought, man. Can you show me which state? Like, guess the state. You can do a guess the state game. Down here we have Louisiana, and here's Mississippi and Alabama. There's Florida, Miami. I have no idea about states. You know, like I saw those videos about Americans having to guess where a country is on a map, and they always look like super dumb in those videos. But I feel like if you would ask me on the street, like, "Hey, can you show me every state in America?" Then I wouldn't know, man. I don't know where Alabama or Missouri or Washington is, even New York. I don't even know where the most important cities are. It would be a total crapshoot. I used to be very good in geography, though. Was one of my best courses, but we were learning about every country in the world, not just the US. So the US in that regard is pretty easy because, yeah, this is North America, this is South America. We don't have to get into the details, but North and South. Ah, morning glory. You know all the countries and states. Good job. But yeah, like at the end of the day, it's such useless knowledge, Like, okay, I know where a country is. Impressive. Like when I did my Japanology studies, I also had to do like an intro to China, like intro to Chinese culture or something it was called. And that teacher, he was very adamant about you have to learn every province in China and you have to learn every capital in every province of China. And like China is pretty tricky because they have like, I don't know, like let's say you have Nanbei and Nanxing, and like Nan is north or something, and Bei is south, and like they have places called north south or south north, and like there's a lot of things that you can mess up because you got a Xanxing and you got a Xinxing or something like that, like it's very hard. And he was very adamant about, hey, you have to learn that, and that is just, if you learn that, that is a guaranteed a couple of points on my exam. And he was talking bullshit basically because it was worth 2 points. Like if the whole exam is 20 points, then okay, you could get 2 points by like the thing is you would get a whole map of China and then he would put an X in 2 provinces or something and you would have to know which province it was. And it was bullshit, man, because all that for just 2 points. It's like, but he was oh man. There aren't a lot of teachers that I hated, but I hated that guy, man. Because the thing is, he did an exam, and I missed that exam. I missed. That was like the first year of university, and I just overslept that day, man. I overslept because every time I had to go to an exam, I had to wake up like 2 hours early, and they always put them like the earliest point of the day at 8 a.m. or something. So if I had an exam at 8 a.m., that meant that I would have to be at the station or something at 5:30 a.m. To get there in time because it's like one and a half or 2 hours to get there. So basically, I missed the exam. And after every exam, you can go and look at the exam. You can go and look at your exam and see how you did. So I went to my university in Leuven to go and look at the exam because that was the thing. I just wanted to know which questions had been asked. So I didn't have to study those, like I didn't know which questions were asked. So like for the like if I didn't know which questions were asked, I could have studied really hard for like there's 20 chapters or 20 modules in the whole course. So like knowing, oh, I don't have to learn this module because he asked it on the first exam is like a real game changer. So I went to Leuven and I wanted just to look at an empty exam. And I met the guy. I was like, hey, hello, I'm coming to look at my exam, but I didn't really make an exam because I overslept. And the guy just refused. He just refused to let me look at an exam. And I was like, come on, bro. Like, well, I didn't say bro because I was speaking to him in Dutch, by the way. But like in my mind, I was like, come on, bro. I came all the way out of here, and I'm just asking you to look at an empty exam because that is my exam. I wasn't there, but my exam is just an empty page, and I just wanted to know which questions were asked. And he just, yeah, I'm not a bro kind of guy, indeed. I'm trying to be hip with the kids. So I was like, come on, man, like, I came all the way out here to look at my exam, and all you have to do is give me an empty piece of paper. You don't even have to answer my questions because I haven't made the exercises. So all I wanted to do was get an empty piece of paper, questions, put them in my phone, and leave. But the guy was adamant about not letting me see the exams. He was like, yeah, you didn't make an exam, so you can't look at it. And I was like, oh, that's not really fair, is it? And he was like, yeah, we give everyone the same opportunities here. And I was like, no, you don't, because everybody else has had a look at the questions. I didn't have a look at the questions because I wasn't there. So, like, if you want to be fair, the least you can do is show me the questions. And he just refused. So, the only thing that helped me was a guy from my class. Rob, if you're watching this, he was he had a very good brain, shall I say, or he had the good habit of every time after an exam was done, he would go to his phone and put every question that was asked or that he could remember into his phone. So I had to ask him, an unofficial source, to ask what questions were on the exam. And since that day, I've hated that guy. I wanted him to die. I still do, because he's an old fucker. But yeah, and if he ever watches this, screw you, guy. I don't care if you're a professor or a doctor or whatever. You're a fuck. Anyway, sorry. This is all just for laughs. This is a parody. But no, man, that guy, he rubbed me the wrong way. So if he lives to 245, I hope it is in like a vegetable state. That's what I hope. But yeah, like if you wrong me, I curse you. I curse you and your whole family. Like I'm very how do you say, vengeful like that. Like I am usually a chill guy. I try to be friendly to everyone. I try to give everyone the benefit of the doubt. But if you do something like that, like I'm not asking for much here. I'm just asking to see the questions that were asked, and he was just so adamant about not letting me see that. Like he probably that is a situation that he probably encounters like once every 4 years, maybe. Like it's not something that happens every day. So I was like, man, I just want to know which questions were asked so I know I can skip that chapter or don't have to look too deep into that. Because that is also the thing. I was doing Japanese studies and I had to do a Chinese course, but the guy was just acting like I was in Chinese course, like I feel like every teacher, he thinks his course is the most important, because I've also had a bit of Korean. I've also had a bit, my main was Japanese history, language, and culture. But then I also had to do an intro to Chinese and an intro to Korean. And the Korean guy, like, okay, he knows that we're mainly here for Japanese, so he doesn't go too deep into the source material, or he doesn't go too far with us. But that guy, he can also follow Chinese courses, and basically his class would be like, let's say, 60 persons that were there for Chinese, and then 20 persons that were there from Japanese, but they had to follow the course. And man, like he was acting like we were just Chinese students, like, oh yeah, we were doing this for Chinese. But anyway, I hate the guy. One of the only ones actually in university that I hate, because most people were, understanding, because you also have to keep in mind that I'm a guy who's past 30 years old now. So it's not like I'm an 18-year-old student there, like just, oh, sorry, professor, I couldn't do it. Oh, like, no, I was a 30-year-old person at that time, or like 28 or whatever. So it's already a rare occasion, or like a rare occurrence, let's say, because most of my colleagues were 18. And I just couldn't imagine, like, how can an 18-year-old juggle all of these responsibilities, man? It's insane. Also, sorry if I'm shouting, but I feel like I need to shout a bit because I don't have the microphone down here right now. It's over here probably, or down here. Hopefully the tariffs sort him out. Yeah, man. Oh, fuck that guy. Like, I tried being respectful, I tried being respectful and asking respectfully, but respectfully didn't work. So I was like, fuck off, man. I didn't tell him to fuck off, but I wanted to. I wanted to so bad. Fucking stuck up fucker. I hope he gets caught by the CCP. But yeah, that is how I am, man. Like, if you wrong me, then I don't curse you. I curse your family. Like, that is my mentality. Like, if you really wrong me, I hope something bad happens to your family. Like that, because I think ahead. I think ahead in my life, and it's always like, if it happens to you, no problem. But if something would happen to my family, I would be really down. So that is what I think in my head. Then it's like, man, I hope something happens to your wife, or I hope something happens to your kids or your family or whoever you love. I hope something happens to them. Like, that is how vitriolic I get. A newborn grandchild, man. If he would try to make a grandchild at his age, it would probably be. You know how the Spartans used to throw babies off the cliff? That is probably the kind of baby that he would have. Oh, you said newborn grandchild. Yeah, like grandchildren, doesn't matter. If they're related to you, I curse them. And I know that this might sound very harsh, and like if people see this in the future, they might be like, oh my god, this guy's a psycho. But just know that I'm a very friendly person. I mean, I think I have enough streams on my channel already so that you can kind of gauge what kind of person I am. I don't think I've ever really talked about stuff like this, like actually cursing people and hating them. Because I try not to talk about hate, because that is also something I don't understand, like hate speech. Like, when is something you say hate speech? It's like, I just told you that I hate a guy. Have I been doing hate speech now? I don't know. I'm not mentioning his name. I'm not telling you to go and throw eggs at his house. Oh, my cat is here. Shall I show you the cat? You know, let's get away from the topic of hate speech and let's look at our fine specimen here. Let's see, how am I going to do this? I'm going to angle this down. Lalilo, shutute. Can you see him? I think you can see him. Whiskey. This is our cute boy. He's here alone with me right now. Can you see him still? Yes, you can. Hello, people. Are you coming in? Or are you staying out? He's just here to check me out. He probably heard me ranting. So he's like, hey, you got some food for me here? So yeah, hope you enjoyed that little sneak peek at the cat. Uh, yeah, yeah, enjoy analyzing that, Ricky. Uh, but yeah, this is one of the few times you could probably see the cat on stream because you told me like, oh, can we see him on stream? It's probably never gonna happen because yeah, he mostly spends his time outside. And if he is inside, he stays at the bottom floor. My room is on the second floor, so I love listening to Tatsura. Tatsuro Yamashita. So yeah, I hope everyone is doing well out here. I am gonna play Claire Obscure tomorrow. I'm downloading it right now, and I'm gonna try and work on some clips after I eat my pancakes here. I'm gonna try and work on some clips of the big fire cams, then I'm just gonna delete one of the old streams because I really wanna get stuck into Claire Obscure. Because I've been hearing a lot of things about it. I wanna get into it before something gets spoiled. Listen to Earth, Wind and Fire All in All album. Earth, Wind and Fire, like, who is that? Like, I think I've heard them. Like, wait, is Earth, Wind and Fire the band's name, or is it a song's or the album's name? Actually, let me put on one of my classics here, because I do love Tatsuro Yamashita, but he has better songs. One of my favorites is Fragile. Oh, wait, this one is slowed down. Take it for the heart. I'll never be alone again. Take it for the heart. Yeah, hope you enjoyed the little pancake baking stream. This is probably the only time you'll get a look at my kitchen or my parents' kitchen. I have to be fair. It's my parents' kitchen. But yeah, I do want to live alone, man. Like, I don't know. People probably think, oh, a guy in his 30s living with his parents, loser. I don't care if anybody thinks like that, but it's just not financially viable, man. I don't have a girlfriend. Like, if you have a girlfriend and there's two people of you, then okay, I can understand living alone. But like, I can go live alone, but I would just be putting myself in a worse situation than I am now, and I'm very grateful to my parents. They are still putting up with me. But yeah, as I told you, I'm doing this IT education right now, and I'm really hoping that it pans out. And once I can finally make a living off of my IT work, then I do want to live alone because it's not fun. I can tell you that it's not fun living with your parents at 30 years old and still having to hear like, "Hey, make sure you lock the door, Jazz man. Make sure you get the cat inside every time at the evening, Jazz man." My brother and sister live at home. They are 30. Don't worry, mate. Okay. As long as you aren't wasting your money on DoorDash. Yeah, like I don't know what DoorDash is. Is it like a food delivery service? Because yeah, over here it's called takeaway. I think like we have the takeaway app, which you can use to deliver a pizza or whatever to your home. Mr. Whiskey is also watching at me through the window. But yeah, I came inside, man, but you didn't come inside, so now you can just watch me. But I think that's what he likes to do. He likes to watch through the window what we're doing. My eyes look white. Yeah, I have actually. Technically, I think they're blue, but they're like blue gray. But yeah, DoorDash. I've heard about DoorDash, but like I'm guessing it's like takeaway over here. But yeah, no. My parents still cook for me, and sometimes we get something delivered. Get it? Because over here we have, yeah, it's the same thing. Over here we have frituurs, it's called. Like you can be a frituur, which specializes in fries. So it's not like McDonald's. It's actually like a different thing. But yeah, basically it is fast food, but it's like mom and pop fast food. It's not like a brand which has like 80 different establishments in the country. Like no, it's you can make a frituur in Belgium because French fries, Belgian fries, by the way. So it is really a thing here. Like you can get a packet of fries with some meat snacks, and over here we have the tradition to like for us personally, it's every Thursday. Every Thursday we go and get fries. Yeah, whiskey. I'm just gonna leave you outside until I see you because that's also something our kitten or our cat he doesn't meow really. He only opens his mouth as if he's gonna meow, and he just do like. But no, he's just watching me. He's just interested to see like what the hell is he doing down here. He usually stays at his room. You'll be alone, alone this time again. Do you see him? Do you see him? He's there. He's watching us. He's waiting. And he's looking at me like, what the fuck are you doing? He's a good boy. He doesn't meow very loud. He usually comes inside when I call for him. Because basically, when my parents are here, they always get him inside around 11 p.m. And then he hangs out with them on the couch, you know, he's sitting on their lap and stuff. So he isn't really used to that right now. Like right now they're on vacation and I'm the only one here, so I usually let him outside, you know, I give him food. Then he starts meowing because I said he didn't meow, but he does meow. He meows when he wants to go outside. So, you know, if I come down in the morning and I give him some food, he first of all he eats like there's no tomorrow, man. Like he's going hop, 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 and he's pushing this little tray, just trying to eat everything as fast as possible, like as if we're gonna take it away from him. But yeah, once he's done eating, then he starts meowing to go outside, and then we let him outside, you know. Also, hello everyone who's joining the stream. I've already baked my pancakes. Let me show them to you because these aren't the American pancakes that you might be used to. I made 11 of them, and I got one that is basically in the shape of the United States. Look, it's the United States, everybody. I think I've never been to the United States, but it looks like it. The USA. But cheers to you. At this point, make a little door for him. Yeah, I think my parents don't want to do that just because my parents are also very paranoid about thieves and burglars. So like that is the thing. Like my parents, they always keep the key on the inside of the door because they're so paranoid that they think someone is gonna, you know, and it could be, you know, like to be fair, it could be that thieves can have like a bump key, I guess it's called. So people do a bump key in your lock and they can wriggle it open that way. But I'm like, man, if you have to worry about that stuff, like you can worry about everything. But yeah, I guess they don't want to make a little cat door because yeah, it's a point of entry, man. They can break it open. That's what my parents would think, you know. That someone would put a crowbar in there and start wiggling at the door, and yeah, like I don't know how it is in America, you know. Like I don't know how crime is in America actually, because I always feel like, you know, carjackings, you know, Grand Theft Auto and that shit. Like, oh, people just steal your car, or like someone could just pull out a knife and start threatening you in an alley or something like that. But it's probably like over exaggerated, I think, or well, very dependent on which state you are in. But I would say we live in a nice neighborhood, nice enough. That's the UK. Yeah, yeah. Man, I saw a video of like policemen in the UK, and there was this guy holding. Let's see, you know, the knives are in the other. Like that. That. First of all, be safe, guys. But there was a guy just holding like two of these knives, and he was like all the way in the back, like just tweaking out. And I saw those two policemen. They were just holding the door. They were holding the door because he was like in this lobby area or something, like, you know, like a door, a double door, like a space where you enter or exit an apartment. And that guy was just, you know, without a shirt, two knives, and he was waving it around. And the one guy was holding the door, the other one was holding the taser, and he was like, all right, now. And then he opened up the door, shot the taser at him, and the guy was just, he was just trying to shank. He was actually trying to shank the guy who was controlling him. And I was like, man, if I was a cop in that situation, just a bullet through the head, man. All right, I'm covering this up again. Stay safe, kids. So yeah, good job, people in the UK. Oh my God. Let's see, we're almost 2 hours, so I think I will end the stream pretty soon. Then I will go and eat some pancakes and hopefully make some clips. I'm not gonna post the clips right away. Like I might post one, but I'm still trying to get to the rhythm. You know, like I made one clip and I learned some editing skills while doing that. But yeah, barn finders. You know, my barn finders stream. I don't know what happened, but man, there were at some point there were like 20 viewers in my stream, which doesn't happen a lot. You know, so like suddenly I had 20 viewers looking at barn finders, which is a 4-year-old game, and I didn't know what happened there, but I'm grateful for it. And I do feel like I'm very pleased with the Barn Finders stream because I've already timestamped it, and personally, I feel like the points where I'm selling stuff to people are the most funniest shit I've seen. So I'm just patting myself on the back here, but yeah, like I do share it with you when I'm satisfied with a stream, you know, and I feel like the Barn Finders one for a 9-hour stream, I was pretty funny. At this point, cave divers are thieves. I don't know what you mean by that, but I have noticed that there, for some reason, is a lot of cave diver memes in my in my feed. Looks like I'm migrating to Discord. A new pope has been chosen. Oh, really? Yeah, I only saw like a little bit of a pope, or not a pope, a bishop or something, stepping down or something, but I haven't actually seen the new pope. Apparently, I think so. Okay, like any religion for that matter. Like name, stuff. Like, okay, CNN, you have cave divers, thieves, as in they call through the cat door. Oh yeah, yeah. As I said, like I am getting these cave divers memes. Like cave diver videos be like, and then just like this little crack where 2 feet are sticking out. But yeah, I do know that like diving and especially cave diving is very dangerous. I actually know a guy, or knew a guy because I haven't talked to him in years because I did a security education at some points where I learned how to be a security guard. And that guy, he was also volunteering to be a fireman. And over here in Belgium, it works like this. If you want to do fireman professionally, because you also have volunteer firemen, you know, and they don't get paid or they only get paid a pittance, really. But if you want to do it professionally, you can't decide where you want to work, you know, like let's say firemen, they have like 4 or 5 departments, and like one of them is traffic accidents, another one is diving, another one is actual fires, another one is like taking care of events, you know, being there if something happens at a festival or something. And you have all of these categories, and the only one that you can actually choose yourself is diving, because apparently diving is very claustrophobic, because you know, maybe people who dive or think about diving, they think about the clear water and seeing every fish and stuff, but in reality, all of the waters over here are murky, you know, like a canal just going through somewhere, like that is very dark, very murky. And apparently, a lot of people have trouble with feeling claustrophobic underneath when they're diving. So he is a diver, and you know, then you have to do stuff like, oh, someone drove their car into a canal, yeah, go fish them out. But yeah, I've thought about being a fireman. Like I wanted to be it at some point, but the entry exams are very hard over here. Like you have to do physical stuff. You have to be like technically, like you could get an assignment that is like, hey, change the tire of a bicycle, and you think like, yeah, what the fuck does changing the tire of a bicycle have to do with being a fireman? But they call it the technical test. So it could be something like change the car or change a tire or do something that has to do something with plumbing or do something that has to do something with electricity. Also, let me show you the cat again because he's being very cute over there. Hey, Whiskey, can you see yourself? Meow. I hope you can see him because, yeah, I'll talk to you from over here. So, yeah, now he wants to get inside. I will let him inside eventually. He's a very scaredy cat, you know, like if you make some noise. Like, I bumped into a chair just now and he was just like, "Ah, what the fuck are you doing?" Alright, he's gonna hang out somewhere else again. You know, I'm just gonna raw dog one of these pancakes here because I'm getting kind of hungry. This is the pizza slice that I made. This is the penultimate pancake, and I'm just gonna eat it raw. Gotta eat it like a piece of pizza, right? It's actually pretty good, you know. Of course, a little bit of maple syrup that would make it much better, but I just want to nibble on something because I've been drinking and talking the whole stream here, which is 2 hours and 7 minutes. So, huh. Oh, I just noticed that you also have a cat, JBO. Like, what is his name? Or her name? Earth, Wind, and Fire is the band. Oh, yeah, aren't they the one from September? Do you remember? September? Are it those guys? Because I do remember the name, but I don't know which song is their hit single. But yes, that's them. Okay. Hey, I am cultured. All right, yeah, sure. All in all, I will look it up. We're gonna have another barbada. I don't know. I'm feeling kind of weakened already. To side. But yeah, I am probably gonna end the stream real soon because I actually need to eat these pancakes. But yeah, as I said, tomorrow Claire Obscure stream. I don't know when I'm gonna start it, but it will probably start around this hour, right now. Or I might start a little bit early, because I really do like turn-based RPGs. So if it's like, I am just guessing right now that it's gonna be a bit like Persona or the old Final Fantasy games, in that you just have attack, items, magic. You know, like a submenu like that. Or Dragon Quest. You know, also one of my favorite RPGs, Dragon Quest 8. I hope it's a bit like that because I like those kind of games. So if it is, and it is as good as I've heard, then it might be a mainstay. Oh my god, I'm getting the hiccups. Might be a mainstay on the channel. La la la. But yeah, I hope everyone enjoyed the impromptu cooking stream. Because right now I got the category of the stream is how to and style. Because, you know, I always have my category on gaming, because I usually game. But now I was like, okay, I'm going to cook. So is there a cooking category? There isn't. So it's on how to. And I was basically like, yeah, you take 200 grams of flour, take 4 eggs, half a liter of milk, 30 grams of crystal sugar. Like I was also thinking if I could play some guitar for people. Like I have, but I'm not good at it. And like having that on standby every time when I stream is not gonna be practical. But my guitar because my dad, you know, my dad is very recently he had like a moment where he wanted to throw away a lot of shit. So he was like, "Oh, I have to clean up my attic." And basically, he started just throwing out stuff. And one of the things that he threw out was 2 PlayStation 1s. And, you know, I told him, I was like, do you really want to throw that away? And he was like, yeah, why not? And I was like, yeah, they don't make them anymore. And he was like, yeah, but you don't use it anymore. Hmm? 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 And he always looks at me like that, like, what? What? Now you suddenly want to use it? But like, yeah, he suddenly got it into his head to clean up his attic. But then, if you know that a PlayStation 1 is this high and this big, then you know that it doesn't take up a lot of space. So I was like, yeah, man, like, why do you want to throw this away all of a sudden? Like, even the space that you're gonna save isn't worth it. But he was like, yeah, I'm gonna throw it away. Got a problem with that? So I was like, yeah, man, go ahead, man. And he threw out those 2 PlayStation 1s. And the only reason why I didn't take one back or was like, no, I'm going to keep one of these is because I know that PlayStation 1 is easy to emulate. So I'm like, you know, I can always emulate PlayStation 1 games if I want to. But the thing that hurt me kind of like a little bit is because, oh, yeah, they want to know if I'm still listening, probably. The thing that hurt me a little bit is because it was my birthday present when I was 6 years old, you know. And I bet you, if I would tell him, like, hey, I'm actually not that satisfied. I didn't want you to throw it away. He would be like, well, you had the chance to keep it. You had the chance to take one back, but you didn't do it. And that's how he would wash his hands of that affair. But no, Dad, you're not getting out of this one. You threw away my birthday present, and I'm never gonna forgive you for it. But yeah, that's how my dad is, you know, like he's a bit, I don't know how to describe it, how to say. He's a little bit stubborn in that way. Like, suddenly he gets this idea in his head, and it's like, everything has to go now. And if you try to talk some sense, it's like, hey, it's been on my attic for 20 years. Now you want it? Well, but I was like, man, they don't make them anymore, old man. They don't make them anymore. Like, are you going to make a PlayStation 1 when I want one again? But yeah, he doesn't understand, man. He doesn't understand the value. So that's just his prerogative, I guess. But yeah, I don't forgive him. Never forget the Delgado. But yeah, that's why I don't really hold it against him because I can download a PlayStation 1 emulator because I have a good PC now again. Keeping a piece of history, like apparently my dad doesn't have that. He doesn't have that feeling like, hey, this is something I bought for my son when he was 6 years old. Let's throw it in the trash. All I did was I made a Twitter post about it. I made a Twitter post saying like, "Hey, these my dad threw away my PlayStation 1 and all of these games. Do you agree?" And I got no engagement on it whatsoever. I didn't know. I also didn't expect any engagement. Let me actually look which song this is because I also love this song. No. This is Sugiyama Kiyotaka and Omega Tribe with Omegato Raidu. So hey, that's Omega Tribe. So Scramble Cross. Na, na, na. Yeah, I'm at this point. I'm just drinking my beer and waiting for a good moment to stop the stream, which is probably after this beer. So, but yeah, thank you, JDO and Moonricky for being here, and also thank you for all the other people because right now I'm back at 3 viewers, but there were 6 viewers here at some point. So some random people also wanted to see me bake pancakes. So thank you so much. But yeah, like talking about emulation, I do want to emulate a bunch of games and play them on stream someday. Like I have a lot of memories about the PS1 games, so that is probably the ones I would like to stream the most. But I would also like to stream some Nintendo and Super Nintendo games. So I'm gonna do that at some point. All the moms at home probably want to see your pancakes. Yeah. Oh, she'll get more than some pancakes. I've been thinking about Patreon. Like, full disclosure, I already took a Patreon page, but basically, I'm not really promoting it. Like, I'm gonna try and put it in every description of my Jezz Clips channel, but basically, I just want to have the Patreon for when I want to use it. Oh, well. That's a little bit too loud, but yeah, basically, I got a Patreon, and just so I can use it in the future. But like right now, I feel like I don't have anything to offer. But I hear on Patreon they do like this stuff like, hey, you get extra videos, or you can watch the videos a couple of weeks in advance. And basically, once I get a little bit better at editing and made a couple of videos on the main channel as well, then I would like to plug my Patreon. Right now, I just have it, so I have it, and nobody can steal the name basically. But I don't know how it works because, yeah, you can put like extra videos on there, but like, are there any rules for those videos? Like, can I just make a video on my favorite sex positions or something and put it on Patreon? Like, what are the rules? What can I talk about and what can't I talk about? Like that is the thing. Because if I have like more mature subjects that I want to talk about, I would probably do that on Patreon. But I don't know what the rules are. And like, can you show anything? Like, now I'm thinking about female creators, but like, are there girls on the internet that like, hey, if you subscribe to my Patreon, I'll show you my tits? Like, are there girls like that? Or do you have to go to OnlyFans to do that? I should probably look into it before I put anything on Patreon. No rules on Patreon, you think? Yeah, the thing is like, for Twitch, POV me heading to OnlyFans the second I hear it. Yeah, I think for Twitch I had to actually fill out a tax form. I had to send them my real name and address and all that stuff, and I had to fill in a tax form basically. But I think because I'm from Europe, it was pretty easy. I just had to say like, I'm not an American, basically. And that was all I had to do. But if you are an American, then I think the process is a bit more complicated. But on Patreon, apparently, people who support you on Patreon also have to pay taxes or something like that. Because, just an example, I can put it on, like, I made a €2.50 one, which is if you just want to support me, like, and you can choose the thing, it's called general support. So, like, if you just want to give me money, you can just give €2.50, but then it is taxed on the basis that it's a donation, basically, or something. And I can also give like a special thing, like, hey, if you give me €5, then I will shout you out at the end of my videos if I would actually make videos at this time. And you can basically click on the reward, like, oh yeah, a shout out, and that is taxed differently. But I didn't have to put in any information for me, like not even my bank account number or something. So I'm like, can people actually start paying me already on Patreon? Because I feel like, I haven't done those steps yet. So I feel like if people go to my Patreon right now, they would see me, but they don't have any option to give money. But maybe they already do. I don't know. Because basically, if I would have a Patreon, I would try. My first idea was to just make a Patreon and then have like a $1 subscription tier, and then the $5 one, and like that's what creators do. But I don't feel comfortable asking for money at this point because I'm just streaming. I'm not making any YouTube videos, so I feel like I don't have anything to offer yet. So I would like to keep my Patreon stuff as low as possible, but Patreon was like, "Hey, you shouldn't do that. You should make it so that it's at least because then people see value in it." And I was like, "Okay, really? If you say so." And I was like, "Okay, $3 is €2.50." So I was like, "Okay, I'll put one on €2.50 and I'll put one on €5." But basically, I've made it, but I'm not pushing it or anything. I'm not saying like, "Hey, subscribe to my Patreon," because I feel at this moment I don't have anything to offer. So I just made it so I have the name, but I don't know if people can actually start giving money to me already because it seems a lot less intricate than with Twitch. Because I haven't any payment information into Patreon, but apparently you can already buy Patreon. I don't know. I don't know anything about this stuff, man. Sorry. Cat OnlyFans. Yeah. OnlyFans, man. If I was a decent looking girl, I would be on that shit, man. No shame. Like you don't even have to post full the JJ pics, you know? Like you can just be like, and push your tits together, and then people will be like, ooh, let me pay $5 for you, girl. So if I was a woman and I would have a half decent look, I would have made one by now. You know, they always talk about, oh, women have it so hard and blah blah blah. I feel like if you're a good-looking man, you're not. You don't have all the opportunities that good-looking women have, and okay, you know they have to sacrifice some stuff for that. You know, this is this would be a good topic to discuss on Patreon actually, because I don't want to get too deep into it, but you know, like it's actually true. You only have to be half decent. Like you don't even have to be a model to be successful on OnlyFans, really. Also, femboys, they can make money as well. That is all I will say about that. Because this is a pancake baking stream. I shouldn't be divulging my darkest secrets here. But yeah, to anyone who has watched this in the future to bake pancakes, I hope your pancakes turned out as good as mine. Actually, let me raw dog another pancake here. Because that's how I am, you know, like I could put some sugar or some maple syrup on this, but I made this with my bare hands and I'm gonna eat it like I want to, alright? Like you have to put sugar in these as well, and I never understood that. It's like you make pancakes, and then you put sugar on them, but why do you have to put 30 grams of sugar in this? Like, wouldn't it just be the same if I didn't put any sugar in it and I just put more sugar on top? Like, I don't know. These are actually good. And it's all because of 30 grams of sugar that I had to put in. But yeah, I hope to see you guys tomorrow if you have time. And I'm gonna dive into Clair Obscure. I'm certain of it. Today is just chilling day. No, you put sugar inside, then outside, then add a bit of sugar, and then add some more, and then add the entire thing. A very sophisticated process there. I gotta say, even without sugar, these pancakes are. Also, have fun. Have fun analyzing every bit of the garden that you saw a while ago. because my parents, they do have a lovely garden. Like, I don't know why, but suddenly they got the urge to put exotic trees over here. Like Belgium isn't the kind of country where you want to put lemon trees or olive trees or banana trees, but they have them. They got fucking banana trees over here. While we're not a tropical climate, 90% of Belgium's weather is gray as fuck. It's like the UK, basically, you know? You have the UK memes where it's like, oh, it's always rain. That's Belgium as well, man. Yeah, we have palm trees as well. And, like, apparently they're going to be very big. Like, if you leave a palm tree for 20 years, it grows, like, really high. So, good luck to those palm trees. You know what? Fuck it. I'll give you a good look of the garden. You know, to end the stream. Because it is a very lovely garden. People should be allowed to see it. There you go. See this? It's like a vacation, a resort. Yeah, that is the little garden shack that we have over there. In front of it is a jacuzzi, which I would say if you're watching this and you're thinking about getting a jacuzzi, don't do it. Don't do it. Hello, this is a breaking news broadcast. Palm trees don't even grow where I live, and the state flag is a palm tree. So Belgium is palm torture. Yes, it is. Like, if we have a hard winter, they probably won't survive. The marble tiles are the best option, part of it, in my opinion. Yeah, like my dad, he doesn't mind spending like 4 or 6 hours in the garden every time. I'm like, I want to have a little bit of grass if I could, like if I have the ideal scenario and if I could buy any house I want, I would like a little bit of grass. But like my father, he has all these different plants here, and like he's been a gardener in the past, so he knows how to garden and he is interested in that stuff. So like he's always busy with keeping all the stuff, because like over here we have a little wait, let me see, because I gotta make sure that the power plug doesn't knock stuff off. But over here we have the little herbal garden, or herbal. Um, what would you call it in English? We call it a back crate, herbal crate. So yeah, there's some herbs in here, and over here we have the tomatoes. They're mini tomatoes that are ready to sprout. They're orange right now, so they're not really ready, and lots of them are still green. But yeah, have fun analyzing all of this stuff later on. I don't care if I get doxxed. You can't hurt me. It's called a planter. Oh yeah. Okay, then we have a planter. Like we have a bloom pot is what we call it. It's like a flower pot. You know, everything that's out of a pot is a flower pot. But that is like we call it an herb crate or back. Back. Back is basically an open box without a lid. Need to, I need to pull weeds later. Yeah, that's also something my dad likes to do. So I'm like, okay, I want a small garden with just some grass and no special plants that I have to keep alive because that is the thing, you know, keeping it alive. And yeah, my dad, you know, the thing about my dad is he will go into the garden and he will start pulling weeds, but he's at an age where he's retired. He's retired right now since recently, and yeah, he always likes to work in the garden. But I'm like, Dad, if you work in the garden, just work for like 4 hours or something. You know, start at two a.m. or 2 p.m. and then just go until 6 a.m. And stop. But no, he's in the garden from like 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. And then he's like, oh, my shoulder is stiff. Oh, I feel and I'm like, yeah, of course. Like, just you're retired now. Just take your time. But he's like, no, I gotta do it right now. So I would like my dad to work less or work a little bit less hard because that's the thing, you know. Like, you're retired now, you have time for it. Then try to break up your work rhythm because we also went on a family trip for like a weekend. And he fucked up his shoulder by you know wanting to mow all the grass and pull out all the weeds and all that stuff. So went on the family trip for a weekend. He was like, "Oh, my shoulder is fucked up," and he could barely swim in the pool. And I was like, "Man, yeah, of course you can't because you always want to do 8 hour shifts in the garden instead of breaking them up into two shifts of four." So I told my dad already, like a lot of times, like, take it easy. I want you to stay with me as long as possible. So instead of going 8 hours on end in the garden, just break it up into four, you know? But he's like, oh, he feels like it has to be done, you know, it has to be done at that time. Uh, just staying inside some more since I already look like a vampire. Yeah, I actually went outside. Funny that you mentioned that because today I actually went outside and I was like, okay, I'm gonna take some sun because I really need some sun because I'm a pale motherfucker. So I just went onto the terrace and I sat like my bottom arms up into the sun. And I just closed my eyes. And I stayed like that for like 5 or 10 minutes and then I went back inside just because I wanted to have some vitamin D. Because I think I'm lacking some serious vitamin D. The problem here is the deer eat our tomatoes. Oh, yeah, deer, wild deer. Like, that is a rarity over here. There's so much development. I think they all left. Oh, that's a shame. Yeah. In Japan, you have like a village that is very deer themed, and all the deer there, you can give them little snacks and like they are pretty tame over there. Like they actually come to the people to get snacks. That reminds me, I could retire right now, but sounds like too much work. Man, if you can retire, do it, man. I saw a video about a guy. Like he's an old guy. He is actually like a grandpa, and he was like, if you can retire on an early age, do it because you always, like that would be the video that my dad would need to see actually, because that guy was totally like, hey, if you can retire on early age, or the earlier the better, just do it. Because, fun fact, the younger you are, the more fun you can still have. So he's like, yeah, if you can retire at 60 or whatever, do it, man. Like, don't try and go for more, because then you'll be 70 and you can't even go to anywhere across the world anymore, because you'll have, your hip will be working up, or like, you get arthritis and all that shit. You won't be able to walk on stairs and all that stuff. So he's like, the earlier you can retire, the better. And that is my motto as well, like, that is the dream. The dream is to not have to work, because I don't know how it works in America, but over here, the retirement age was like 67, I think, like 67 for a long while. But it always keeps creeping up. Like right now, they want you to be 70. Like they want you to work until you're 70. And I'm like, fuck you, man. I don't know how it works, but I'm gonna retire whatever I want, man. I don't even care if I end up homeless at the end. It's like, yeah, if my money runs out and I'm like 80 years old, then I guess I'll just die on the street. Fuck you. That's what I think. But yeah, working until you're 70, like, fuck you, man. Fuck you for even suggesting that. That's what I think. Ah, I hear those deers are getting very demanding. Oh, you mean the Japanese deers? Might chase you for a treat? Yeah. I also saw like Japanese and Chinese people, like there's a lot of animosity between them. And like one of the Chinese tourists starts kicking one of the deer, but one of the Japanese heroes stopped him. Because yeah, like Japanese versus like Japan versus China, it's a whole hot topic, man. Like because I did Japanese studies, so I get a little bit more Japanese news than you guys probably. But like it goes so far that Chinese people just go to Japan to piss on a monument there, and then you get like this thing, an article that says like, oh, the Chinese nationalist pissed on a monument, or like an ancient shrine that's 2,000 years old in Japan, and it's like, yeah, just, excuse me, just because they are indoctrinated, they are indoctrinated by the Chinese government to be like, hey, China is the best thing in the world. Fuck every Japanese person. And I saw this video about Chinese kindergarten or like primary school kids, and they had to charge at Japanese dolls with bayonets. Like that's the shit that's happening in China. I could get into a whole debate about China right now, but like I would not be comfortable with having a vacation in China. I'm just saying. Like Japan, no worries, but China is like, I know there's beautiful nature there, and I know that there's probably good people there, but just the CCP and everything surrounding it, like the Chinese nationalism, I'm apprehensive. And basically, I wouldn't trust anything. Like, I feel like if I went there, I could just go missing. Like I would have to watch what I say. I would have to watch what I do, what people I meet. Like if I go there, like part of me would be doubting, like, will I return? Because I feel like it's a bit like North Korea in that in the same sentiment. Like, oh, you watch the China Fact Chasers? Yeah, I saw a couple of videos of those guys as well. But yeah, like the what do you call it? The tofu drag, like basically crumbling apartments. People having to like they're putting chemicals on vegetables. Like they have these very orange vegetables like carrots, very bright orange carrots, and then they would be spray painting dirt on them so that it looks like they came out of the ground. It's like, what the fuck, man? What are you doing over there? Flooded subways. Oh, I didn't see that one. But yeah. The Nara deer. Oh, it's Nara. Yeah, man. Like I'm sorry for people from China who are actually normal and who know that they've been indoctrinated and all that stuff and they can't really do anything about it. I'm sorry for you guys. Like, I don't know what it's like, man. I don't know what it's like to live in a country like that, and I don't want to know. But oh man, my respect goes out to the people that are actually smart enough to see that they've been brainwashed and to see that the government has colored their opinion. But yeah, there are a lot of Chinese people who are like, hey, we are the best country in the world. Everybody should bow down to us. And like, as I said, like I wouldn't really feel safe if I went to there just on a vacation. But what do I know, Like I would like to go there at some point. I would love to go see the country because I think China is, it has very cool nature. I also saw like these videos about bridges in China that they would do like this long bridge over a chasm, like way up in the sky. And then they would have like these touch screen floors where if you stepped on the floor, it would look like it was cracking. And like you got a few of those videos of Chinese people going over a bridge like that, and suddenly there's cracks underneath their feet, and they start like freaking out. But on the other hand, I think like you're flying a bit close to the sun right there because people can just jump over the railing and be like like you don't know what people will do in that situation, and then I saw a video of one of those bridges actually breaking. Like stuff fell down. There was a guy hanging on the railing, like literally he was hanging on the railing from the bridge while the glass panels underneath him were gone. And I was like, shit, man. Holy shit. And like if you see a couple of those videos, you start to think like, should I try walking on that? Because the nature there is very impressive, but if I have to look at the nature by falling down a fucking bridge into a fucking chasm, then I don't know if it's worth it, man. Ah. But yeah, I would love to visit China if the political situation wasn't like what it is right there. Because, as I said, I did an intro to Chinese courses, and I heard all about Tiananmen Square and all that stuff. So I do hate the Chinese government. You know what happened there? Families put flowers and they covered the flowers with visibility barriers. In the flood subways, you mean? Oh. Yeah, man, and like the tofu drag, as they call it, like They literally like I hear that's a problem in America too, by the way. Like you have drywall or whatever it's called. And like apparently Americans can punch holes in their wall. I dare you to try that with our home. Like you would just break your fist. I don't get it. It's like drywall. Eh, and I saw a YouTube short about it or something. It's basically a guy saying like, yeah, we're building all these homes. They're like $300,000, and the wall is basically cardboard stapled together. Can punch through drywall, but the building won't collapse. Yeah, like yeah, if you get like a typhoon or whatever, then goodbye drywall. Like I don't know how our house would react to a typhoon or a tornado or stuff like a. I guess a tornado. It doesn't matter if it's stone or wood. Like I guess it would be destroyed or like most of it. But drywall, man, like I the same short that I was talking about, like, oh yeah, we're building these houses with drywall, and he shows it like he can just push his thumb through it or something, and it's like, yeah. And then you see the aftermath of like a strong wind or a storm that went through it. All the houses are flat on their backs. It's like, man, you know, it's one of the basic needs of humankind. It's shelter, and like I know that in America, like if you live in an area where there's a high chance of twisters or tornadoes, I know that people use certain materials there because it's um, like easier to rebuild or less expensive if it does get destroyed in a tornado. Like I can understand you just making wooden walls or something in a state like that because it happens so often, and like yeah, if it gets destroyed, it gets destroyed. But yeah, like the drywall thing, I don't really get, man. Like I've never encountered a wall that I can just punch through or even make a dent in, you know? Like try that here and you can go to the hospital with free health care, you know? You can punch through drywall, but the building won't collapse. It's way harder than cardboard. Oh, okay, well, I still think it's not as hard as concrete because I don't know what this house is made out of, but my dad built it himself. Like, or he had friends who were, you know, handy enough to be able to build walls and stuff. So he built it himself, and you know, you have like the facade stuff that you do. I think it's facade in English, right? So, like, yeah, the bricks on the outside of the wall. But yeah, this is all sturdy stuff, man. But yeah, that's like a cultural thing. Like in America, I don't even know. Like over here, we have a thing called hip rock. Let me type it in chat. I think it's. Let me actually see if I. Yeah. Okay, I'm getting results. So yeah, drywall word. 1980s Japanese city pop. I hate that all my favorite Japanese city pop has been taken away. I just said kitty to him, and he was darting out of the door again. Well, that's a you problem, Ricky. But yeah, you're getting a really VIP tour of the house right now. Like enjoy it because this is probably the only time you'll get to see this stuff. Come here, Whiskey. You're a good boy. He's probably hungry. Yes. Whiskey, you're a good boy, aren't you? Come here. He is a pretty affectionate cat, you know. Like he stays outside for a long time, but once he comes in, you know, he's constantly giving you uh how do you call it in English? I would say like he's giving you head, but but that's not what you say in English. So like over here we call it heading, you know, koppen. He gives you little heads. He is licking something. Maybe some of the spilled batter. But yeah, like he will eat everything, man. He will eat anything. And you would think like, oh, he's being underfed. No, no, no. He's being fed well enough. He just loves eating stuff. Want to see the bathroom? Well, you're not going to be able to see the bathroom. We have two bathrooms, by the way. Very handy. If you ever have friends over, like, it's a luxury, I guess, but having two bathrooms is pretty nice, you know, especially if you're a couple, you know. I would be a single guy. For me, one would be enough. But yeah, if you have a girlfriend, two bathrooms, good idea. I'm still vibing to this music, man. I love this music. I'll tell you, it will be interesting to rewatch this stream and see how the audio quality is because it must be terrible compared to the other stuff. But it's gonna be a fun stream to rewatch, actually, you know, to see what kind of bullshit I all said because I'm getting a little bit drunk here. I'm gonna be honest. I'm starting to get a little bit tipsy. But yeah, this is some of the real content, you know, like this is you get to see the real side of me. Like actually, I had a discussion with someone about that. Like, you know, you got YouTubers, and YouTubers they can always use the best bits. You know, like if I would make YouTube videos, that's how I would do it as well. You know, like I would just take in the stuff that I think would be funny, or like when I think I'm funny. But when you're streaming, you know, I can't edit out stuff. You know, if I make a joke that offends some people, I can't edit it out. So I feel like in that way, streamers are more real than YouTubers. You know, like you get to see all the stuff, and if I ever slip up or if I ever do something that offends you, there's no way for me to cut it out in video. So in that way, looking at streamers is more real than a YouTuber, right? Also, oh, I've unplugged the charger apparently, so might die here, but we're good. God damn it, my tongue, my tongue. is even wider than my skin. Come on, whiskey. Whiskey. People want to see you. You know, cats are more popular on YouTube than humans. Show yourself to the people. Come to here. Ah, he's a good boy. While this is happening, I'm going to buy Batman Arkham Shadows. Is that the VR game? Because, yeah, I don't have VR, man, but I would love to try it just for that game. But that's the stuff, you know, like a lot of VR games are like 30 minutes experiences or maybe an hour, 2 hours at most. So, like, if I ever get to a position where I have money to spend, you know, if I become a successful YouTuber or streamer, then I'll probably buy a VR headset. But I think it's still, for the average consumer, too much money for what it is, man. But I don't know. Like, it is interesting, VR, you know? Me want lore, so me doing it anyway, doesn't matter how long, yeah. And yeah, you know, like there are some good VR experiences out there, like for a few hours. Because I hear like motion sickness is also a problem. I think I saw this Moist Critical video where he tried the Planet of the Apes or something, and you have to swing across monkey bars and stuff. And he was literally throwing up while playing that game. I've never played a VR game that much that I have to throw up. But I've tried VR once. Like we went to this place because here in Belgium you have a couple of places. A friend of a friend of mine, he started a business basically where you can just go to his place and try out VR for 2 hours or something like, or an hour. So you can just pay him like I don't know 20 euros or something, and you can go play VR for an hour or two. And one of my friends bought it for my birthday present. They were like, "Hey man, let's go and try VR." I was like, "Okay." And we basically did like this intro course where one of the things we had to do was we were in like this. I think it's a thing in America as well, where you got like this thing that you sit back in. You know, like you wait a second. So you sit back in this thing, and then it catapults you like up up into the air. And you always have like these YouTube videos of girls and their tits are shaking all the time, you know, while they're in that thing. So it was one of those things, like a pendulum kind of thing. You were in it, and the thing about it is, like, if you were using it for the first time, you know, you were doing this VR stuff, and it was swinging like up and back down. Your body would go like in front and in the back, like you would lean back and you would lean in front automatically. So, like, while you were having that VR experience, like, my body would be going in front and to the back the whole time, and they would hold you in place so you don't fall onto the ground. But apparently, that is like something that only happens if you do it for the very first time, because he said, like, if you would do it again right now, you would probably not shake as much. It's like the very first time, that is when the feelings are strongest. So it was very interesting to do, but like half an hour, I think we did it for an hour, and like half an hour we were doing these intro things. Like one of the other things that you had to do was you would stand on this plank. They would put a plank on the floor and you would have to balance on it. And then in VR, you would be dangling across a plank that was like off of a skyscraper or something, you know, like you would be on the roof of a skyscraper, there would be a plank dangling over the edge, and they would just put a plank on the floor and you would have to walk across that, but like also to simulate the height. And then once you stepped off of the plank, you fell down. that one didn't really do a lot for me. But then we actually started playing some games afterwards, and one of the games was like this game where you had to like bow and arrow stuff. And you would have to hold the bow and then pull the arrow back and let it go. And I felt like my headset wasn't really calibrated, you know. I felt like I'm always like the guy and my arrow was flying to the left of him. Like that's how I felt during that part. So, but like one of our friends, she was holding the camera while we were doing that, and it's very funny to see like everyone sitting in their own corner with like these VR goggles on, and we were like, "Oh yeah, yeah, there's a dragon, there's an orc right there." So it's very fun to try, but I think it would get old quickly VR, but I don't know. Uh, should wear a paint suit for it or no? Like a paint suit, I've heard about that. Like if you get hit, it vibrates or something against your chest. Yeah, it's also like a YouTube video I saw at a certain moment. Like this guy who was obsessed with making the most realistic FPS experience. So he would have like this circular thing with all of these rolling balls in the middle, and that's just so you can start walking in place, you know, like he would have all these balls under his feet, so he would just be able to walk in place, and then if he crouched, he would crouch in the game, and after a while, like, he would also have these paintball guns all around him, so whenever he got hit, one of the paintball guns would start shooting at him. It's like a video called Most Realistic FPS Simulator or something. It's like actually pretty nice if you think about it. Like there's a lot of gaming peripherals that you can get. One of them is also like if a grenade explodes in front of you or something, like it gives you a blast of heat. Like you can actually buy a little furnace that you can put in front of your face, and then every time a grenade explodes, it gives you a flash of heat in your face. So, man, it would be pretty awesome to have an experience like that, but I don't think it's affordable for most people. Anyway, I'm seeing we're getting at the 3 hour and 10 minutes mark here, and it's almost 8 p.m. So I am gonna end the stream right here. I'm gonna finish this drink, which it might look like a lot, but I'm telling you, like 3 or 4 sips and it's gone. So after this, I'm gonna end the stream, but thank you all so much for being here. I say the video of the most realistic tank video game is better. I haven't watched that one. Yeah, my little buddy over here is getting hungry, I think. Come here, kitty. You are such a great kitty, the best kitty ever. So yeah, he's probably waiting for his food, and he will get it. But yeah, I will be playing Clair Obscure tomorrow, so hope to see you there all. And I hope you enjoyed the Japanese city pop in the background, because I don't know, it probably sounds like shit. But I will watch the stream afterwards and I will see. But yeah, thank you all so much for being here. I'm gonna end the stream here. And yeah, if you ever want to make pancakes yourself, it ain't that hard. Cheers to you. Bye. And here's to you. The random teleporting. Yeah, I don't know what you mean. It's probably because the frame rate is pretty bad, and I also had like a few um, hiccups in the streaming, I guess, because like it told me like, hey, your connection is unstable. Yeah, I'm not much I can do about that, but I hope it wasn't too bad. But anyway, Ricky, have a good one. I'll be streaming tomorrow. Don't know when, but I will put it in the Twitch schedule, and I will also put out a what you call it, a Twitch story once I start streaming. So yeah, hope you have a great rest of your day. We'll see you in the next one. Bye.